Welcome to Chakra 7. Wow, you've made the final week of the Chakra Challenge, and that's not a small feat. So, your commitment to this journey is a testament to your dedication, courage, and the love that you're pouring into yourself. And I'm honor you for this work. So, this week, as we explore the crown chakra, the seventh chakra, the gateway to your higher self and divine connection, I really want you to take a moment to reflect how far you've come. So, your growth does not end here, right? Be sure to watch this last video and open your emails because I'll be showing you how you can continue this journey of transformation and keep yourself shining in your highest light. So, unlocking the chakra is how you open to optimism, faith, and abundance. So, I chose this picture because this is a real life picture one of my friends sent to me. And look at it. Can you not see an angel here? Like, look at this head and the face. You could see like a smile, two eyes, some dark hair, and like, look at this. That's why I chose this thing. So, an open seventh chakra allows you to hold unwavering faith in the unlimited, infinite possibilities for you, for your dreams, for your goals, for your deepest desires. Remember, the seventh chakra works in harmony with your sixth chakra and an open heart. So that when you've gotten the forgiveness, you're at the same frequency as the divine. So your seventh chakra opens and you get to see yourself through the eyes of the divine. This creates a powerful consciousness of vision, certainty, and trust, and it guides you beyond the survival cautions of doubt, fear, and pessimism. It becomes a choice. Do I want to do this fear, or do I want to walk in faith? And this lights the way to a life of optimism and true wealth and abundance. And remember, I shared with you before, if your heart chakra doesn't open to a specific thing, right? Neither your sixth or your seventh chakra can fully open. And so no matter how much you pray, affirm, or act, without an open heart in the area that you're working on, you'll likely experience limitation, doubt, and pessimism. In the emails that go with this challenge, I shared with you how my heart was tightly closed and strongly defended, and how it took time, layer by layer, to open. And let me tell you, each layer of opening my heart was like new sensations of love that I didn't even know existed. And as I continue to do this, I go deeper and deeper into more expanded levels of love, of bliss, of light, of oneness, of harmony. To me, it's undeniable, the presence of God, presence of love, the presence of divine. And I share with you in those emails that the blossoming of real change happened each time I faced fears that I knew weren't real with my heart. And when I did that, not just for myself and for others, I gained more clarity about why my pain happened and why other people had to go through those pains. And that brings that big picture understanding. And with understanding comes compassion. And so then you can love again. And so it's a spiraling up. That's why I call it a spiral up challenge, right? Because every time you forgive, you can see and understand from a higher perspective. And when you understand, you've got compassion, which comes down to your heart. And with compassion, you are open and willing to forgive. And then you see it from a higher perspective. So you're spiraling up. It's a much better alternative to spiraling down. So transformations like these breakthroughs, transform my reality and the reality of my clients who follow my program. And so new opportunities for health, wealth, happiness, relationships, abundance, right? My vision expanded. This was huge. I mean, I used to go into meditation and feel like a mutant because people around me could see their future successful self, and all I saw was black, right? So I've started to really develop a profound belief in myself, which translated into confidence and the willingness to say something that needed to be said. The biggest shift I had, palpable shift, was when I let go of a lifetime of shame. I was just so ashamed of who I was, what I did, what I couldn't do, what I didn't do, and then some mean, nasty, and ugly things that I blame myself for. That made the most profound changes. It was like night and day in my life. I also began to understand the spiritual lessons behind my challenges. And now, because I've cleared quite a bit, and been doing this for quite a while, I am able to help other people navigate through their challenges in a much quicker, easier, more effective, more efficient, more Cadillac way than I did. This is a path to optimism and abundance. So the seventh chakras, top of the head, connection with the divine, brings meaning and purpose to your life. When it's open, it's easy to feel at peace and in harmony with the universe. It's easy to have faith, trust God, trust the universe. Easy to see the divinity in everything and see opportunities that support your life purpose. And when it's closed or unbalanced, you don't trust God, you don't believe in God or the universe. You might even be angry. I have a client who really suffered a lot as a little girl. I had a mother that never acknowledged her, and she really walled herself up with perfectionism. And then through her whole life, she endured toxic relationships and hardships that just didn't seem fair. And so she really was kind of angry at God and didn't trust him. So we did the work to, quote, forgive him, right? And opened her heart, and floodgates of love. Floodgates of love came pouring into her heart, and she was able to truly believe. I mean, like, there was no denying that the universe had her back. And she called me up a few days later. She says, Grace, all these synchronistic things happen just to support me all in one day. The universe does have my back. A closed or unbalanced chakra, pessimistic, believe in limitations. We can overly focus on the physical pleasures because we can trust what we feel, feeling sad, drifting, selfish, and alone. A fully open seventh chakra means that you can choose to accept that there's divinity in everything, even the dark. And that's something that you eventually come to. It's very sobering when you realize it. But once you realize that without the dark, you would never have gone for the light. And so when your seventh is open, you feel peace and harmony with the universe. And you trust that you have choice. If there's darkness in the way, there's, roadblocks in the way, that you trust that the path towards the light, towards abundance, towards happiness, towards peace is also there. And it's just your job to find it, trust it, and follow it. Remember the principle, out of the darkness comes to life. And I get it. I lived this. It was tough to trust that horrible experiences and situations are in place for a higher purpose. It doesn't seem right, but it's a reality for here on earth. And it's tough to have the faith that when you're in your darkest hour, that this too shall pass. It's tough to have faith that there's reasons for everything, even if you don't understand why they exist. Because these blocks that prevent the awareness of divine infinite possibilities stem from the lower chakra betrayals, traumas, and wounding that result in defensive blocks and unconsciousness. And that's why this deep spiritual cleanse of the system is necessary if you want to see and take advantage of the infinite ways the universe continues to support you to live your life purpose. I chose this picture because this is what it's like to be on purpose inside. Like, you may be like me, an old lady on the inside, but if you're feeling like this, you know you're on purpose. Your purpose is to feel love, joy, and fulfillment. Just being yourself. And being grateful. Grateful is the emotion of happiness. And being able to serve others with love, with compassion, understanding, and commitment and acceptance. So remember, if you find yourself stuck in lack, limitation, or battling pessimism, I've been there. I want you to know that there is a way forward. Healing and opening your seventh chakra consciousness unlocks the mindset of optimism and abundance. Let's go ahead and take the next step in this chakra, and let's go to common negative seventh chakra attachments. So there's a lot more on this page, and I'm not exactly sure why. It's just how it worked out. So I want you to pick one, and always you can come back to this later and work on other ones, right? So I want you to pick one that bothers you the most, that is you think is limiting yourself the most, and then come up with a corresponding spiritual truth or soul-aligned affirmation. So before you move on to the next slide where we do Byron Katie's work, be sure you've come up with one. So I'm just going to read them out loud. Trusting rational thinking in favor of surrendering to faith and infinite possibilities. And I will tell you, surrendering to faith in the face of fear is easier when you've cultivated and built that inner reservoir, that inner feeling, that inner glow of love within you, and connect it with heaven and with earth, and you're able to grow it so that when you have that, you have something to hold on to that you trust, that's palpable. It's inside of you. You have control over it, so to speak, right? And so when you surrender from that place, then you can let go of trusting rational thinking. Of course, again, it's always choice. And that feeling, that growing your inner glow on the inside is what I teach first and foremost in the accelerator and incubator programs. So other common negative attachments, the limitations that have been put on your body stop you from living fully. Maybe you feel stuck in your problems and obligations, so there's never enough time or energy for you. Like I said before, you could be really angry at God or anyone who's wronged you. Sometimes, I know I've been guilty of this. I've got a couple of cute stories about praying for help from a place of desperation. Please, 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 help, help, help. I need. And it's like, things that you think will make you happy, but when you do this kind of work, you understand, when you look at your lack from a perspective of soul truth, then you can understand what soul energy that you need to call back, and then you can ask for alignment with your soul versus the stuff. When you reject life or yourself in any way, it's like you're rejecting the gift that you've been given from God or the divine. Tendency to isolate yourself from others. That's like a big trust that you don't trust the world. This is like very, very much relates to first chakra, tribe traumas. And using really strong beliefs of religion as judgment as a tool to justify separation rather than unity. You remember, we're talking spiritual truths. There's two worlds. There's a physical human world and the spiritual, divine, energetic world. So the truth, the soul-aligned affirmations to hang on to like really adopt, embrace consciousness creates matter. That's where you're here. You're raising consciousness. And this is really huge. This is one way, the biggest reason, that biggest motivator for me when I had to do the hard work to forgive the unforgivable in myself and in others who had wronged me is when I open and change any belief, attitude, or action, the universe instantly responds and I can reshape my reality. And it's true. All you need is the faith of a mustard seed. It's a lot easier when you grow that inner glow. But if you just surrender and say, bless this situation, just even saying it, not feeling anything, that's like a open sesame, magic abracadabra word to the universe to help you out. I'm one with all of life. I have free will. I can choose to surrender or reject. And the rest of them, right? I'm in the flow of the dance of life, which is made of awareness, consciousness, and love. How easy would your life be? So aligning with the crown chakra can profoundly impact your daily life, bringing to it calm, purpose, big picture, navigate challenges with faith and trust in the universe. This also can enhance decision-making, improve emotional resilience, and inspire you to live with greater clarity and connection with your higher self. When you embrace this divine connection, you integrate spiritual awareness into practical actions, creating harmony between your inner world and your outer world life, right? So before moving on to the Byron Katie slide, make sure that you've figured out what vow have you made about trusting the universe and what freedom statement is going to go along with that. Make sure you're clear before you move on to the next slide. Okay, here we are. Byron Katie and her work. You can just turn me off and pause the video and go through the questions. Be sure and journal them. Be thorough. And then take your soul-aligned affirmation and bring it to Monday at noon or 9 p.m. for the soul-aligned intention journey. Okay, and so for those of you who are with me, put your feet on the floor, sit bones in the chair, head over your shoulders, shoulders over your hips. Put on an inner smile. Put your hands on your heart. Breathe in to your heart through your nose, filling up your heart and exhaling. With a whole outcome of bringing your attention down into your heart, and then look at that phrase, look at that negative awareness, look at that trigger, and ask yourself, is that true? Can I absolutely know that this is true? Do I know for sure that this is true? How do I react when I believe that thought? Does believing this unexamined thought make the situation better or worse? Is it helping me or hurting me? Am I willing to let this go? And what new belief, or how could I look at this from a higher perspective to better support me? So before I shut off on this journey, congratulations on completing your challenge. I want you to go to the next video so you can really find out what the next steps are. Sending love, sending light, sending laughter your way. Have a most marvelous day. I love you. Congratulations.